basically chairs full, which is what we shot for all the time, to keep the chairs full. Next. This guy came in, and I didn't do the intel, my wife did. He came in, he says, my buddies told me that I need to come in here and have this work. And I said, well, please sign in, and there's a photo release there, so if you don't mind your picture being taken. No, I don't want my picture taken. He sat there about 5 minutes. He goes, hey, you know what? I apologize. You know, it's okay. Give me that thing. You can have my picture if you want. And take one for my wife because she's not going to believe this. Very, very nice. Next, please. This was us. This is Stacy and myself working. She was there probably 18 of the 22, 23 days that I was there. So she was really, absolutely just a blessing to have around, and worked first one there, last one out every day. Next, please. My wife Daphne came to join us, and my daughter. I'm not sure if we have her picture, but next, please. This is Daphne treating another young lady. This lady had lost 5 family members in the storm and had to take a Sharpie and write the names and ages of each individual on their corpses. She came at least every other day, and we didn't have a lot of talking. I tried to keep it down as much as I could. But folks were discussing about the benefits that they were receiving, and she says, I get 20 minutes every day. That's what I get from it. You know, 20 minutes free of the reality. Yeah, that was enough for me. Next, please. Just treating another person. Next, please. This was Nate. He was another just a dogged determination, just there all the time. And he drove all the way from Arkansas every day, about 70 miles each way. Next, please. This was the other young gentleman's father. He was a photojournalist from St. Louis. Next. That may have been a copy. That's the chairs full again. Next. And this, we had gotten kicked out of one tent and had to move to another. So this was about week 3, I think. Next, please. Next. And this was these folks' reality. Everything was gone, but their grace and dignity. They were all so very cool, and the children at next. This was one of the project managers for the Salvation Army. She did everything she could to facilitate for a smooth operation for us. She's the one that gave us more and more space all the time. Next, please. This little girl, both of her parents were in wheelchairs on oxygen. And every day she would come to the tent pushing both wheelchairs. Sometimes she'd push one across the street, go back and get her mother or father next. Just another shot of my bride. And okay. This little guy, about the first week I was there, woman came in just absolutely white. Just totally white. She says, I need something. I would love to have a treatment, but my son is autistic. He's a handful. I don't know if we can manage it. So I said, you sit in a chair, hold him, I'll get you needled, and I'll take care of him. My grandson has Asperger's, and I thought, well, I can handle this. He was touch aversive. He was this associate did not care if every day was Tuesday. He did only barely endured me holding him while his mother had the treatment. I said, again, these seeds, I don't have much experience with them, the beads, rather, the gold-plated magnetic beads, and told her what I had just learned about him. Said, I'll put some on him if you'd like. So she said, oh, of course, you know, whatever you think. I did. I just wrestled him and got him onto the back of posterior shin men. And next, please. Okay. I went home for a couple of days. I couldn't stand it at home. I had to get back to Joplin where things made sense to me. So I was getting into a real PTSD thing myself. This little guy came up, and I think I was wearing these pants. He tugged on my pants leg and said, you remember me? You put some seeds on my ears. One of them fell off, and my mom took the other one off, and I told her I wanted to come back and get some more. You remember me, don't you? And I really didn't, because he was looking me in the eye, for one thing. He was directly communicating with me, when all he was doing before, when I first met him, was grunting and trying to get away from me. And it took me a moment, and I realized who he was. And when I did, I was just amazed, and both of his parents were there. They'd just been his mother the first time. And his father saying, is this possible that he could have had this kind of a response just from these beads behind his ears? And at that time, I'm getting better about this now because I can speak about it. I don't know. I don't know, but here, let me give you some more. So I gave him a couple of sheets of the seeds, of the beads rather. And 4 times that day, they were there dealing with a lot of things in the tin. He would walk by and say, thank you, mister. Thank you. No, I think there's one more. Yeah. Yeah, she had and my daughter, who was 8, sent a box of her toys and stuff along with me, and this little girl picked out a book and a stuffed toy. Yeah, she was very sweet. You know, she didn't talk, but she'd been through